And my two counselors, Mrs. Erin Schumacher and Mrs. Vanessa Todd. Before I go any further, there's been a ton of time every year, people put their hard work in, and I just want to, all of those people, from the custodians, the parents, administration, teachers, everybody that puts this on. It'll be over in 1 hour or less, but there's 1,000 hours that go into this. So let's just give everybody a hand for everybody that's helped put this together. At this time, please join me in welcoming Class of 2018 Senior Class President Mia Groff to the podium.
Please stand, remove your hats, and welcome our very own Touch of Class Chamber Choir as they sing our national anthem.
You may be seated, except for the seniors. You stay standing up for the photo. Seniors, stay standing up. Everybody else can have a seat. What they said, but if you could just remember this word, grit, and what it means, you're going to be okay, because you're going to all face struggles no matter what. Okay, no matter what. Some of you have already dealt with some horrific struggles, fair or unfair. That's life. It's how you deal with it. How many times have you been in my office? Some of you made some mistakes, right? And what do I always tell you? It's not about the mistake you made, it's what you do after the mistake. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You know, you pull your britches up and try to do the right thing. That's what's important, and that's what you're going to face the rest of your life. I like this quote, and I'll read these because I know in the back I can barely read from here. Over time, grit is what separates fruitful lives from aimlessness. I'm hoping you don't want to have an aimless life, and again, you know, you've got to have that innate ability to deal with suffering, to deal with failure, because all of us have that happen. Next slide. So, as I said, how are you going to react when you do struggle? What are you going to do? Are you going to give up? That's a choice. Or are you going to keep going no matter what? I hope that's the case. Next slide. Keep going. So, this is a good quote. Back up one. It worked good yesterday. Grit, the raw endurance, perseverance, and passion that keeps you going despite obstacles. Next slide. So why do some people try harder than others? Why do some people in this graduating class, they've been dealt with some very tough situations, and they keep going? Next. You know, at Henley High School, in athletics or academics, we're not necessarily the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, the smartest. Yet why are we always at the top, it seems like? We're always at the top, not only in this basin, but in the state, right? I think it's because you do have grit. Okay? I think it is because you deal with it and you move on. It's not like anybody here has not faced that. If you have a choice, you can throw in the towel, I like this quote, or you can use that towel and wipe your face off and move on. It's kind of like the get lemons, you make lemonade. I like this one better, all right? So, another word for determination is grit. And you may not have seen this movie, but I love John Wayne. And speaking of grit, if you haven't seen this movie, you need to. In this scene, he puts the reins in his mouth. He's got a gun in both hands, and he's going against formidable odds all by himself. And I won't repeat what he says, but basically he says, get your guns and bring it on. In so many words. Now his quote, true grit is making a decision and standing by it, doing what must be done. No moral man can have peace of mind if he leaves undone what he knows he should have done. Next slide. Grit is perseverance and passion for long-term goals. Next. The gritty individual approaches achievement as marathon. His advantage is his stamina. Do you have the stamina? You leave this school, and no matter what you do, you're going to have the resiliency to deal with. Maybe you don't have the money that you need. You can't pay a bill. Maybe you fail a test in college. Well, are you going to quit? You got to have that resilience that it's a long-term goal of yours, and you've got to stick with it. We live in a world now, it's just really easy to quit. It's like, okay, I'm going to go on to my next goal. Be passionate about your goal. Next slide. So, how do you get good at something? I really wish this clicker would work. Go ahead. Now, you guys, you don't know this, I used to teach science, so I think research is important. I tell my own kids, you don't believe me, look it up, Google it, right? Not that Google's all accurate, but so I like research. I like to hear what others have looked into. So they say that talent and being good is not in your genes. Now, I know some of you are not 6'5", or maybe you have a gift, talent that way, but still research shows, next slide, next slide, that talent is about practice. Okay, it takes great effort. Next. A good coach, next, and a lot of hard work. Okay? Also, it says that grittier adults complete more years of education, and also grittier undergraduates have higher GPAs, no matter what their SAT scores say. So again, what the research is saying is you're not just born smart, you're not just born with the ability to get through it, no matter what. I love this one. Our own Dylan here. And this is a very good, we have this in the school, we have a lot of cool posters, thank you Mr. Becerra. The I can is 100 times more important than the IQ, and that's important. Okay? Very important. So, being an elite performer, achievement is the product of talent and effort. Oops, now we're going too fast. Go back. Effort is not just intensity, how hard you work, but also consistency. You keep going, no matter what, how long you work at it. The adults in this gym have been very successful. Whether it's you're a rancher, maybe an electrician, custodian, military person, I could go on, a parent. The people that are successful, and I know your parents have told you this, they're the ones that stuck with it. They didn't quit. Okay? Why? Maybe because they have a lot of grit. Now, what if you fail? Shouldn't say what if. What are you going to do when you fail? Raise your hand if you've never failed at something. Ever. Okay, Larry, except for you. So you're gonna experience the disappointments. You're gonna deal with those kinds of things, and even occasional boredom. But again, do not give up. Pretty sure that I'm gonna pick on one student here. We all know Helen Harris has a great voice. I bet you if you asked her, she probably just didn't wake up one day and have a great voice. Yeah, she might have been gifted with some vocal cords, but I'm pretty sure you practiced thousands of hours. One of my all-time heroes, in 1982 is when I graduated, so yeah, that's been a long time. This guy was my hero, not because, he still is, not because he was a great athlete. Yeah, he was born being 6'6", or he grew to be 6'6" and had some unbelievable hops. But here's why I really respect this guy. He failed over and over and over again, and he knew that because he failed, that's why he succeeded. And he's still at the top of his game in business and life. And so that's a very good quote. I know you've probably all read that before. So, grit is the key to success. Please remember that, and maybe if you only remember one word, I don't know, you might not remember I was the one speaking, or I was the principal, but you might remember kind of something about that G word, that grit word. And when the chips are down, you guys, I want you to succeed when you leave this school, because life is not real fair. Who said it was? Okay? You need to be that class of 2018 that leaves Henley High School with a lot of grit. And I want to say congratulations to you guys. We will miss you. We love you. We're excited for you. Okay? And we want you to show grit. Again, this is a bittersweet time for all of us here that have to stay here. I don't like graduation sometimes because a lot of these faces that I won't get to see. I will remember Dallas's group up here. Well, that's really cool. And yes, Dallas, there are certain things that really, you don't think about it, not a big deal to you. I do have your carnation on right now that you gave me at Academic Awards Night. Those little things, you need to thank people in your lives. That's important, okay? So, if you heard anything I said today, I hope you take it with you, all right? And I guess all I can say is I want you to be safe, okay? And with that, it's time to have one of our greatest people that I've ever known in my life to share a few thoughts with you, Mrs. Armentrout.
So one last lecture, motivational speech. As you sit here, counting the minutes until the end of the ceremony, I realize that some of you, the only thing on your mind right now is how hungry you are. Or maybe the senior party tonight. Or maybe how happy you are that this is the last time you are going to be forced to sit here and listen to my voice. But since I have the microphone and you don't, you're going to get an opportunity to develop some of that grit Mr. Lee was just talking about. And possibly in the process, maybe one or two of the thoughts that I have to share with you will have some purpose in your life or the lives that will be impacted through yours. Because ready or not, today marks a turning point in your existence. Each of you is about to embark on your own path, be it continuing your formal education, enlisting in the military, or moving directly into the workforce. What I would like you to think about is that regardless of which you choose, life is not so much about what you do as it is about who you become. Although you are young, and right now likely see your life stretching out endlessly before you, let me assure you, life is short. And because it's short, it's precious. You are standing at the edge of adulthood. When you're standing on the other edge of your life and looking back, what will you see? I promise you that what will matter most to those who know you best won't be how many degrees you earn, or how prestigious your job is, or how much money you amass in your lifetime. What will matter is the kind of person you have been. No matter what path you travel, there are some qualities that will be critical to a life well lived. I'd like to focus on just 4: authenticity, trustworthiness, integrity, and an others focus. If you can cultivate these qualities early, you will be ahead of many of the adults that I know who are much older than you are right now. When we identify something as authentic, we are stating that it is real or genuine. Apply that definition to humans, and it's the quality of being true to one's own character, personality, or spirit. Conversely, to be inauthentic is to be false, phony, or dishonest. Authenticity is something that we crave in other people and in ourselves, because nobody likes a phony, let's face it. We seek out people who are authentic because we know that their real selves are what they are showing to the world. But it's more than simply being true to yourself. As the Harvard Business Review notes, to be truly authentic, you must not only be comfortable with yourself, but also be able to comfortably connect with others. Or, as Brian Kim says, to be authentic is to honor who you are at your very best, so you can give your very best to others. You're teenagers. You already know what I'm about to say is true. Being true to yourself is sometimes difficult. We're often swayed by the desire for other people's approval or to fit in with our peers. Many people, especially at your age, begin their lives and continue living their lives trying to be what their parents want for them or to make themselves how they think they should be. In doing so, they ignore the traits that define their unique individuality. Unfortunately, if pleasing others is your only goal, you can never be yourself, and that will constrict you. Authenticity boils down to just one concept: trust. It is crucial to tell the truth, both about who you are and also in your interactions with others. Since trust is arguably the most important factor in every single relationship you will have, friends, family members, life partners, colleagues, it is essential that you develop it. Trust takes time to build, but it can be lost in moments. And once lost, it sometimes takes a lifetime to regain. However, becoming trustworthy is simple. Be who you say you are, and do what you say you're going to do. That's it. As we also know, simple is not always easy. But make no mistake, committing to being trustworthy will pay off in the long run. And your commitment will be tested, but it is vital to make the simple, albeit sometimes difficult choice to continue earning trust. Because as Wharton Magazine puts it, trust is the key factor in how well people work together, listen to each other, and build effective relationships. Integrity combines trustworthiness and authenticity with moral character and lack of corruption. Your integrity speaks volumes about you. Not your parents, not your upbringing, not your schooling, not your job, and not the people around you. You. Doing the right thing is not only rewarding, but in challenging circumstances is a hallmark of this trait. If you always do what's right, always, you will never have to worry about reaping negative consequences of your choices down the road. It doesn't mean you won't ever encounter challenges or difficult times or hardships that you don't know how to handle. But what it does mean is when you encounter those difficult situations, you'll never have to convince anyone that you were trying to do what's right. They are already going to know. Successful people are not corrupt, nor do they lower their integrity when they believe no one will ever find out. They live with very strong conviction and consistency. Be others focused. There are over 7 billion people on this planet, and with just one tiny exception, you, the world is composed of others. Your life will impact others, one way or another. You determine how. When you make your emphasis proactive serving, going forward with the idea that your focus will be solely on what you can give and not what you can get, your life will have greater fulfillment and purpose. When we choose to give, when we choose to use our talents and gifts to make a positive difference, we will get everything we need, and we'll find that our journey has been blessed in more ways than we can imagine. The happiest and most fulfilled people in this life are those who continue to grow, who continue to reach out to others, and who continue to take chances on themselves. Those are important. Keep doing that. And remember, the words of Joe Louis, you only get one life to live, but if you work it right, once is enough. Congratulations, class.
Thank you, Mrs. Armstrong. Good afternoon, Hornet fans. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Henley High's Class of 2018 salutatorians, Mr. Joseph Keenan and Ms. Yancy Briggs.
Nancy here doesn't like to speak very much, so I'll be doing the majority of the speech. Let's get right into the social work. When we look at modern man, we have... Thank you. When we look at modern man, we have to face the fact that modern man suffers from a kind of poverty of the spirit, which stands in glaring contrast to his scientific and technological abundance. We've learned to fly in the air like birds, we've learned to swim the seas like fish, and yet we haven't learned to walk the earth as brothers and sisters. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We, as the class of 2018, have learned much over the last 4 years. But I'm afraid we have not learned the most important lesson that a person can learn. And this is that we, as a people, are strongest when we are united. Over the last 4 years, we have been given lessons only in the art of competition. We've been pitted against each other in everything from grading to athletics. And while healthy competition can be good, never allow that spirit to morph into something dark. The desire for yourself to succeed can easily turn into a desire to see others fail. In the future, you will be tempted by those above you, by your emotions, and even by your own basic nature, to hate those who succeed, or hate those who are different. Never allow this hate to take root in your soul. Once it does, it will corrode your spirit, and it will not stop until it has completely destroyed you. Do not view those who are different with disdain and suspicion, but rather with kindness and openness. Welcome them as you would welcome your own family. And as we move into the future, remember that it is unity that leads to success, not division. As Dwight Schrute once said, it is together we prevail. Thank you for your time. Congratulations to the class of 2018. I wish Yancy Fricks.
So, Mrs. Schumacher is making me do this, so I'm going to keep it brief. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our TOC choir back to the front of the stage as they perform the choral selection, Homeward Bound.
A lot of people.
Families and friends, please welcome Henley High School Class of 2018 valedictorians, Mia Groff, Vanessa Ramirez, Jessica Golden, Blake Hay, and Rachel Atkinson to the podium to deliver their commencement address.
This is a pencil. It may not look like much. Some may see wood and graphite and rubber. Others see essays, drawings, stories, or memories. For 12 years, our lives have revolved around these number 2 Ticonderoga pencils, and they mean something different to each of us.
For some of us, this pencil may appear as a burden. We associate it with endless hours of assignments and homework. It's our go-to tool for taking notes, writing essays, completing math problems, and used for all of our testing needs. Sometimes it brings about frustration, which then leads to anger. We take out our anger on this simple yellow tool and feel betrayed when the right answers do not flow from graphite to paper. For some of us, this object creates an instant weight on our shoulders. But for others, this object is used more than education and brings out inner creation. Jessica?
Maybe for you, a pencil is an outlet to creativity, the one tool that can tell a million stories with just one stroke. It sketches a mountain landscape or a poised portrait. It writes a Shakespearean sonnet filled with the emotions that we cannot express verbally. It writes pages of a murder mystery, one where there is no damsel in distress. The girl chooses her own fate. A pencil is much more than just numbers and equations or a pointless research essay. For many, it is an escape, a better escape than that which is offered by a book or maybe a nap. It is trustworthy. No matter where you go, a pencil is available to free your busy mind. It is liberating and a forever open door to endless opportunities. Blake.
For me, this pencil is a reminder of the ways of our past and the possibilities of where we can go. Like this pencil, we will evolve with the changes that come our way, making us different but shaping us into what we were meant to be. As we move on to this next chapter of our lives, the medium through which our evolution occurs will change. Though the medium changes with the times, its core values stay the same. As we look back on our high school years, we see that like this pencil, we are a small piece of a much greater picture. We are meant for something greater than we know. We are meant to create our futures. Rachel.
Even though this pencil can be used as a metaphor for our lives, there is no eraser in life. We cannot go back and change the outcome of our questionable decisions, and we don't get to relive the best moments. So today, as we leave the 12 years of graphite and wood behind, foundation for our future. Congratulations, class of 2018. Go write your next chapter.
Honors graduates, please stand at this time to be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, each of these students has attained at least 28 credits of coursework, and many of them many more, including a minimum of 8 credits in advanced coursework such as dual credit, 4 credits each in English, math, and science, requirements of foreign language, and other advanced coursework, all while maintaining at least a 3.5 grade point average. Let's give them another deserving round of applause for their impressive achievement.
This is the awards section, and even though we did present this at our annual award banquet, I think it's important There was a lot of you that weren't here, so I'm going to do it again. This is the Mike Keck Award. We were fortunate again to have a Henley High School student athlete that received this in the Basin. Mike Keck was a natural leader, great competitor, and an excellent team player. Everything we want to see in the Mike Keck Scholarship winner. Unfortunately, on January 20, 1971, Mike was killed in a tragic car accident. Soon after, his father, Al Keck, a longtime teacher and coach at Klamath Union, started a foundation in memory of his name. As a result of this scholarship fund, each year the top female and male athlete is awarded a $1,000 scholarship. The main basis for the scholarship is all-around athletic achievement, but also included for consideration are scholarship, leadership, and citizenship. This year's winners, just like past winners, have proven to be outstanding athletes, scholars, and good citizens. In keeping with the tradition of Henley's solid representation of this prestigious award, it gives me great pleasure to recognize at this time Kyle Hadwick as the 2018 Mike Keck Memorial Scholarship Award. And now, Kyle, do you have your speech ready? One more guess. That trophy remains in our display case, and if you get a chance, there's some pretty amazing names on there throughout the Klamath Basin, so very good job. At this time, I'd like to invite our very special Henley teacher, coach, father, husband, and a mentor to many, Mr. Rob Krebin, to the podium to present a special award to one of our seniors.
Senior citizen. My wife told me, make sure you tell everybody this, and this. So I'll try to get to all that. First of all, I thank many people, but I've never thanked a crowd this big. For the past 3 years, my daughter Hayden battled cancer. And so many of you supported us with prayers, with money, with encouragement, and just a litany of other things. So I want to say thank all of you very much who did that. Hayden fought that cancer, a very rare form that was called basically death when you received it. And unbelievably, she fought and she persevered, and she did her best through the very difficult circumstance that was. Over the course of 3 years, she showed grit, as Coach Lee pointed out. She showed determination, and she showed much courage. Many of you followed her on blog posts and things like that, and that's how you got to know her. Life is short. Life is short, whether you think it is or not. It is but a vapor. She lived every bit of her life up to the very last day with passion, conviction, humor, and love for people, and especially with courage and grit. It's my great honor to present the first Hayden Krebin Palm Courage Award, a brainchild of Coach Stork, to Ross Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Krebin. Okay, now it's time to present, on behalf of the staff here at Henley High School, what we call the Faculty Cup. The Faculty Cup is given to a member of the graduating class that the faculty believes epitomizes, yes, I'm loud, the holistic educational opportunities afforded them while attending Henley High. Whether academic, co-curricular, extracurricular, or humanistic in nature, the Faculty Cup recipient is a student that is highly involved, very strong academically, a leader, mature beyond their years, and one that the Henley High staff believes that for decades to come will be proud to call our own. This student's name is engraved on our perpetual trophy to be proudly displayed in our foyer for all to see. This person will also receive a laptop computer for this award. If the following Faculty Cup nominees would please stand as their name is read and stay standing. Mia Groff, Logan Kappas, Joe Tacchini, Jackie Hernandez, Shiley Haynes, Alexis Virtue, and Matt Edwards. Very difficult choice, and there's a lot, I mean, all of you are deserving, and so this is very cool just to be nominated, all right? And again, we can only afford one computer, so the winner this year of the Faculty Cup is Mr. Joe Tacchini.
Congratulations, Joe. Kyle, boss. Please welcome to the stage to deliver the commencement message to her peers, Senior Class President, Mia Groff.
1,377. This is the number of days since we walked into Henley High School. We entered this school as freshmen, so long ago with hopes, dreams, and fears. We had no idea who we were. Today we leave with similar hopes, dreams, and fears, but today we leave with an open path ahead and memories to guide us. 1,000 memories. From the first day trying to find your classroom to the last day passing oral boards. We will remember those cold nights in the football stands, cheering on our teammates, and the early morning tests we took running on coffee. We have 1,000 memories to take with us through life. We have spent so much time here, and we will each tell of Henley differently. Whether these days were your glory days or the low point in your life, you will remember your high school experience forever. I will remember each of the teachers that touched my life, each of the coaches that pushed me to work harder and become better, and I will remember the friends that I could lean on in tough times. "144 seniors are in our graduating class. Many of us have known each other since first grade, and many of us have had friendships that have lasted since childhood. Now, some of us are all grown up, while others still have a little bit of growing up to do. But no matter where we go in life, these people will stay close to our hearts. 104 of us will be pursuing a higher degree at college this fall. The next generation of doctors and teachers, entrepreneurs and computer programmers is just beginning to emerge, and they are the face of the future. 99. Many of us were born in 1999, and this will be the last graduating class from before the turn of the century. Yes, that's right, we are the last true 90s kids. We grew up leading a generation invested in technology and connected to the world. Can you click it? 48 members of the Swarm, the best student section in the state. We cheered our classmates to victory so many times with songs and signs, flags and face paint. 48 teachers have changed our lives. They taught us math and English and history. But most importantly, they taught us life lessons, like how to become the person you want to be, how to lead others and step up for one another, how to have a kind and open heart, and they taught us that hard work produces results. But also we learned that sometimes procrastination works just as well. Thank you to all the Henley teachers, because the lessons you taught us will stay with us forever. 27 is the number of colleges we are going to make a change. From Tennessee to California, this class will leave our print wherever we go. 25 seniors have been together since first grade. 23 teams have won conference championships during our time at Henley, and 20 of our peers will be joining the United States military to protect this country. On behalf of everyone here, thank you in advance for your service. You truly are our heroes. Through all these numbers, the number 1 is the most significant. We have shared this one experience at Henley High School together, which we are ending now, yet barely beginning. We are beginning new experience outside the walls of Henley. Today, you spread your wings and jump, onward to greater challenges and larger triumphs. We are beginning to become adults, beginning to become college students, beginning our lives in the military, beginning our lives in the working world. We are beginning our lives. You have the chance to start something new now, to start becoming the person you have always wanted to be. We are just barely beginning. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Mia. Glad it wasn't just me and the remote. Members of the class of 2018, if you've enlisted in the military service or are entering an ROTC program at college you are attending next year, we'd like you to stand at this time. Additionally, if all the soldiers in attendance today who are currently serving in the United States military and veterans of our armed forces who are in attendance, would you also please stand? We would like to thank you with a generous round of applause as well. Thank you for your service. Finally, I know it's hot and got to get the words in though. Parents, family, and friends, it is my pleasure at this time to bring forward Henley High School's class of 2018 for the reception of their diplomas. We would also like to welcome to the stage the faculty of Henley High School for the presentation of diplomas. Staff, let the commencement begin.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Olson. I am representing the English and Drama departments. I am proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Rachel Claire Adkisson. Jessica Ashley Ann Golden. Mia Adderley Groff. Michael Haig. Vanessa Adriana Ramirez. Yancy May Fricks. Joseph Mario Tacchini III. James Dylan Alexander. Garrett Michael Campbell. Lauren Renee Campbell. Taylor Tiana Davis. Haley Marie Dolan. Matthew Thomas Edwards. Megan Jessica Bonner. Shayla Jean Fredrich. Victoria Gaeta. Amaya Louise Gale. Kiara Kendall Gonzalez. Madison Christine Hamilton. Logan Michael Kappas.
Good afternoon. I am Don Perryman from the Social Studies Department. I am pleased to announce the following candidates for graduation. Jacob Thomas Overstreet. Drushil Rajendra Patel. Ryan Christopher Burton. Cassidy Jean Piquet. Alexis Nicole Virtue. Haley Lynn Wilmot. Callie Marie Wooten. McCabe Scott Allen. Balin Lee Anderson. Holly Ovid. Tatum Marie Ayers. Chase Riley Baker. Haley Justine Banks. Colby Lee Barrington.
Good afternoon, my name is Dominique Kirkpatrick and I'm representing the Agriculture, Science and Technology Department. I am proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Hallie Elizabeth Beatty. Mackenzie Michelle Brennan. Layla Pearl Bridge Farmer. Zane Alexander Brightman. Natalie Jo Bruner. Connor Nicholas Bryant. Garrett Connor Burton. Emma Louise Burham. Peyton D. Bustos. Zachary Victor Castor. Daniel J. Cates. Fernando Jacob Chavez Jr. Euridian Chavoya Villanueva. Ethan Scott Sheen. Boss J. Thane Clark.
I am Dee Hahn, representing the Mathematics Department, and I'm proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Will Jensen Conrad. Yannick Michael Courtney. Drake Cox. Zachary Ray Crook. Kennedy Dassel. Alexander Stephen Davenport. Tandy Danielle Decker. Dylan Timothy DeGroot. Amanda Marie Dickens. Connor Lane Dixon. Sean Lee Duke. Ashley Duran. Robert Duran. Isabella Marie Duran. Jenny Elizabeth Underwood Flanagan. Wyatt Arthur Gallagher.
My name is Robert Chambros. I'm representing Language Arts and Foreign Languages, and I'm proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Lillian June George. Raimi Jace Genestar. Flint F. Phillips Gladwell. Hannah Marie Janek. Annalise Janae Greif. Kendall Paige Griffith. Cody J. Grossman. Kyle Haven Hadwig. Steen Joseph Hart. Helen Rosalie Harris. Megan Elder. Peter Chadbourne Hott. Shiley Samantha Haynes. Skylar Heath. John Hine.
I'm Colonel John Woodward, and I'm proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Tanner Henderson. Stephanie Jacqueline Hernandez. Naive Yazid Herrera. Larry Hickman. Tanner Rose Higgins. Alicia Rose Hitchcock. Nathan James Holiday. Ashlyn Ray Hubble. Cheyenne Michelle Hudgens. Taylor J. Ingram. Elizabeth Bell Johnson. Brady Laura Kaler. Anthony Crum. Alicia Lejay. Joshua Ledgerwood.
My name is Bobby Sue Britton, representing the Health and Physical Education Department. I'm proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Allison Lehman. Angel Marie Lopez Langley. Kevin Lynn. RJ McDonald. Haley McClin. Sarah McPherson. Wendy Jacqueline Mendez. Angelo Lido Merrigan. Elena Nicole Moffitt. Caitlin Ann Rose Moore. Austin Lee Nunn. John Dylan O'Connor. Ashton James Otmore. Wyatt Jeffrey Quinowski. Elizabeth Ann Reese. Cassidy Renee Russell.
name is Shelley Baker, and I'm representing the Foreign Language Department. I am proud to announce the following candidates for graduation. Gabriel Scott Salazar Young. Cecilia Marie Moon Saldana. Spencer James Saunders. Dally James Scott. Cody Robert Cedar. Bo Antonio Shepard. Trenton Shipman. Martine Matthew Sierra. Ava Renee Smith. Zoe Ann Steiner. Peter Anton Sudi. Michael Kai Typin. Elizabeth Renee Taylor. Shayla Marie Taylor. Jasmine Mercedes Thornton. Gabriela Raquel Torres. Scott Vargas.
And finally, the last row. These guys have been tapping their feet and rubbing their hands together, waiting for their turn. So excited. My name is Annette Williams, and I represent the Special Education and Alternative Education Departments. And I am so very pleased to announce the following candidates for graduation. Mr. Donovan Vaughn. Vance Weaver. Brianna Jo Wilkerson. Ashley Ann Williams. Kelsey Ellie Willie. Brittany Joella Wilson. Kaylee Ray White. I meant right. I'm so excited. Kaylee Ann Wyatt. Aaliyah Madeline Yucha. Francesca Zanavello. And at the end of the pack, Shane Timothy Phillips.
Good job, man.
On behalf of Henley High School, I'm dragging this out a little bit so you guys can get your seats, the Klamath County School District, and the graduating class of 2018, thank you for attending today's commencement. Following the turning of their tassels, our graduates will recess out of the gymnasium, down the hall, and to the football field, where they will form a receiving line for friends and family to congratulate them. They have been instructed to be easy to find. We'll see how well they follow those directions. Please join them on the football field once all of the graduates have departed the gym. And now, one final time, Senior Class President Mia Groff and ASB President Rachel Atkinson.
Class of 2018, please stand for the traditional turning of the tassels.